Well, America, don't cry now and don't blame Trump. Trump is a symptom. He's not the illness. This illness has always been here. When Europeans first came here, they befriended the indigenous people with the thought of robbing them. Because they didn't come here for friendship, they came here for stuff. And they did, they robbed them. They robbed them of their goods and robbed them of their land. Then on top of that, they put those people to work. When those people couldn't do the work, they started importing African people to do the work. So they started bringing people from Africa here to do the work, which they did, and African people actually did the work for hundreds of years. But then when it came time to pay our dues, and we did that. The American Civil War was over 600,000 people died fighting that war. Some fought for integrity and righteousness, and others fought to further the enslavement of the African people that they had to keep them working. Nowadays they say, oh, it's states' rights. Say that, the state's right to keep their slaves. That was the state's right. Anyway, we got over that. And we kept building. And then we still had a chance to do something. Fast forward, let's get into World War II. We go into World War II, when we finally did join in. And of course, our side won. But America was the only country that wasn't damaged and became the global hegemony for everybody else. They were the hegemon. And we led the world righteously at first, but then our biggest thing kicked in. The biggest thing that we blame the silver spoon city slicker for, but he wasn't. He's just a symptom of the greed. The greed has always been us. We decided we had to, instead of working with people, we had to dominate them. They had to pay us a tax to survive. If we couldn't get their resources, we instigate regime changes, have their leaders taken out. And then we kept going further, even with other countries. We used our position because we are the world's bank. We do control the IMF, the World Bank. We control those. Whenever these other countries didn't do what we say or tried to get too big for their britches, we put sanctions on them. We sanctioned where they couldn't use our banks, or we interrupt their trade, we interrupt their country's budgets. We cripple them to keep them from growing, from becoming a competitor. Despite all that, China became our competitor. They kept growing. But us, America, because we're so capitalistic and so damn greedy, and think that other people that we're entitled to what other people have, we decide we're going to stop China's growth, which is sorry as hell. because I don't know about everybody else. I always believed in America that we were competitors. We competed with the world. We didn't have to be little punks where we want to do stuff to interfere with other people, with the other people's or other countries' growth. We want to cut them down so they can't pass us. Instead of competing and being the best, we couldn't do that. So the Silver Spoon City Slicker that we elected and that everybody's crying about right now, but you can't blame him. He's the symptom. He's not the illness. The illness is us. The illness is America. See, the thing is, when Europeans came here to this country and took the land and goods from the indigenous people, enslaved the African, causing mass genocide on both sides. And that's how we grew. That's how we became who we are today. But the thing is, we never acknowledged it. We never repented for it. We never asked for forgiveness from the people or acknowledged the hurt that we did to the other people. We never acknowledged that. As a matter of fact, as of today, we still keep the pedal down. We still keep our knee on the necks of the same people that were abused to create the country. But see, this is the thing. Right now, what we're looking at now, we're looking at bill day, payback. It's time for us to pay for what we did. It's time for us to pay. And that's why with these tariffs, with the upcoming rise in inflation, with the upcoming recession and possible depression, it's something that we have to endure because we didn't show honor in our position. We don't have it anymore. America's not declining. We've already declined. All the Silver Spoon City Slicker is here to do is to facilitate that decline. He's a facilitator of that. So as the rest of the world comes together and moves away from us and we move into isolation, we can't cry. We can't cry. What we need to do, what all of us need to do, especially our white Americans, it's time to accept the gift that God has given you and to grow into a human being of integrity, of honestness, and of love. Because that's not who we are, and we never have been. As much as we profess how great this country is and how good we are, no, we've done good stuff. But it doesn't take away the evil we've been doing to maintain our position, to be the gluttons of the world. We've never been able, we can't for some reason seem to satisfy our greed. We have to have everything in the world, whether it's ours or not. And this is our downfall.